Yeah, I wanted to bring to y'all attention an entirely new organization that is basically emerging out of, evolving out of a lot that has gone on in the past. It's called f.a.c.e, Families of America's Condemned Empowered. f.a.c.e believes that the vanguard, the leadership of the death penalty movement should be the families of men and women who are sitting in death houses throughout this country. We also believe that the death penalty has a collateral damage that causes emotional, psychological, etc. Problems for families of men and women in the death house, and that is now a new approach to hopefully abolishing the death penalty, simply because the courts have ruled over and over and over again that the death penalty is not cruel and unusual for the defendant. However, if we can record and document the damage that it has caused the families, we believe that it can in fact be designated cruel and unusual. And we borrow a term from the military, which is called collateral damage. We have sign-up sheets. We also have a fact sheet, information sheet about the organization in the back. So please feel free to look at that. That's the whole new approach.
In case you'd like to purchase a book. Pastor Thomas?
Okay, I just wanted to piggyback on what the young man had to say, to understand the portent of the impact that the death penalty has on the family. The young man, Marlon Gray, that was executed, and by the state's own admission, he wasn't even there. But they executed him to close off the avenues of escape for the injustices that they had created. While he was in prison, his last year, his grandmother died. We used to go and see him once or twice a month. His mother died just before he was executed. 6 months after he was executed, his father died. The whole of the family was wiped out as they grieved themselves. And I think if you saw the latter part of that film where they were talking about Nels Moss, the dark-skinned, white-bearded old man was saying Nels Moss. And their family literally grieved themselves to death over a process that they thought worked. And we're part of that process, and we're here by the grace of God. It's been 20 years. My hair was black when this case happened. And it's only by the grace of God that we're still alive, because he has strengthened us to continue to fight, because we've got nerve enough to fight and verve enough to fight, and we're not quitters and we won't give up. But it definitely has an impact. There's an organization called Murder Victims Families that face a similar fate. They deal with the question of forgiveness. Even if a person has killed one of my family members, the greatest thing about it is getting healed through forgiveness, because otherwise there's never closure. And so I appreciate you and applaud your efforts in doing that. But it definitely has a serious impact. And my prayer every day is that my wife and I will live long enough to see Reginald exonerated. And if Reginald is exonerated, it's going to reverberate across the nation. They're going to talk about Clemons versus the United States Supreme Court. And a lot of folk, yellow, black, white, especially poor, are going to be set free because of these lying prosecutors.